Alright, normally I don't do this kind of thing. I'm typically too busy binging Splatoon or editing Nerf footage to care. But today is an exception, because today Hasbro has announced Hyper, the Nerf Hyper line. There were rumors about this for a very long time, and the entire time I thought, what's going to happen to Rival? Because I love Rival. I love my Perseus. It's my primary. I use it at pretty much every war that I go to. It's tricked out in Splatoon stickers and custom 3D printed muzzle piece that I designed, that sort of thing. I pre-ordered the Perseus. That's how hyped I was for it. It's everything that I could want in a blaster like that. And now Hasbro is trying to make it antiquated with the Hyper line. So, they're claiming 110 feet per second muzzle velocity, so literally just a teeny tiny improvement over Rival, and honestly, the Perseus on a fresh charge could hit 110. And they're starting out with 3 blasters, which I find kind of interesting, because just how fleshed out this launch is. When I think of when Rival launched, they had the Apollo and the Zeus, and then there was the Chaos and Atlas next year. It was just a 2 blasters per year affair. When right now they're coming out guns a-blazing. No pun intended. So, starting out with that's $30? Alright, starting out with the Rush 40. This pistol right here, this Nerf Hyper logo is obviously photoshopped in this decal and whatnot. This image has been... Yeah, that is photoshopped. They forgot to mirror... Come on. They forgot to mirror this. That's hilarious. But yeah, there's no photos in this article of the left sides of the blaster. I mean, obviously, yeah. So we don't know how they're held together. But based off of Dino Squad and Elite 2.0, I'm expecting very few screws and a lot of clips and solvent weld. Okay, back to the blaster. This here is the Rush 40, which I find it impressive that this little blaster right here, this little pistol, holds 40 rounds. Just from a sidearms, it's got enough ammo. It stores enough to be a primary when it's just a pistol. And it's expensive. It's $30. But it almost seems justified. I mean, there's the whole price creep, Strife's reskins getting more expensive than the Strife originally was. But that doesn't seem too bad. The Siege 50, this has slam fire. It's more a conventional primary style form factor, so I can see how that's more appealing. So with slam fire, you can get a higher rate of fire, although I'm curious as to how well that works, because it's a hopper feed, and even full auto hopper feed blasters aren't perfectly consistent. And then for $10 cheaper, there's the Rush. I don't know. I don't really need a Sprinter primary. I guess if Hyper really takes off, I'll probably get this to replace my Rival Hades. But otherwise, to me, it's the least interesting part. Because, I mean, a 40-shot pistol. That is something. And then last is the... Where is it? I guess I'll have to scroll. Alright. Let's see if they made the same error. Let me zoom in, please. It won't let me zoom in. Darn. Okay, the last thing we have is the Hyper Mach 100. I see this as like the Rival Chaos of the line, but they're coming out with it right out of the gate. Because it's priced at $70, and I think the Perseus was $100 and only held $50. But the Chaos is also priced at $70, and with the smaller ammo, it just seems to make sense. It also undercuts the Nemesis by $30. The part that concerns me about this release, though, is that it just says it takes D batteries and it's full auto. There's no further details, because when when the Prometheus and Perseus were announced, they were like, yeah, 8+ rounds per second. All this crazy nonsense. Whereas here, it's just, yeah, it's full auto. It uses D-cell batteries. I feel like this one is getting gimped, like with the Nemesis moving into the Prometheus and the Perseus. Also, there's no mention of a rechargeable battery either, which I find peculiar because every single full auto Rival Blaster had some sort of rechargeable battery option. It was either an option or it came with its stock. Alright, now we have the ammo. I think that this is interesting because if I look at the Mach 100 and you basically look at all these blasters here, if I can find, yeah, the pitch, I strolled over here. Yeah, there's a rail down here, a rail up top. There's room to where that you can just store paintball pods on your blaster, and that I think is pretty cool, honestly, because one of the reasons why I enjoyed using the Nemesis and the Percy so much compared to just trying to get somebody to modify a Strife for me was that I didn't have to carry around any magazines. It was just a one-piece loadout. You had everything that you have everything that you need right there. And even though you have a more limited capacity with the, I don't know what name this is because it's the Siege. Okay, because I'm not really all that interested in this one, is that you are getting kind of a loadout in the box aspect to this. I can see this being very popular for HVZ, depending on how reliable it is, because it's a spring-powered hopper blaster. But back to the ammo. The ammo is what I have a concern about, just as a whole, with Hyper moving in and Rival getting phased out and Rival still being perfectly fine performance-wise. The supply and demand of Rival ammo is just going to drop out the window. Most likely, with how Hasbro can phase things out. I mean, Vortex basically disappeared off the face of the earth from what I remember. That was... yeah, Vortex was cool, man. Okay, back on topic. The ammo. It's smaller. That's what I'm worried about. This Rival ammo is already a pain to clean up, and the ammo is very easy to lose. So, you make the ammo smaller, it becomes even easier to lose. I see this ammo being a potential cash cow for Hasbro just before other people can knock it off. And yeah, there's the argument for pricing here. So the interesting part to me is that the 200 rounds for $30. If this ammo wasn't so small and therefore easy to lose, I wouldn't say that this is terrible. Like, looking at the price for headshot ammo, the difference isn't that significant. But yeah, I don't think the price for the bulk is too terrible, but this webpage, it's The Verge. We all love The Verge here in PC land. It's, yeah, they're comparing it to Elite Dart prices and Ultra prices and Mega Dart prices. You're not looking at third party, but I have looked at third party, and this isn't. If this was actual Rival ammo, this, with the quality of the ammo itself, it wouldn't be a terrible deal. I might actually try to get some, but it's so small. I don't know what to think. Actually, I do know what to think. This will likely be the end of Rival. This is obviously, they're trying to top it. I mean, they're saying higher velocity, higher capacity, higher everything. So that's kind of disappointing. Luckily, there's still some community support out there. There's Out of Darts Proton rounds. I feel that within the hobby segment, there's still going to be some people who use Rival. And with Rival flywheel blasters, I mean, people have figured out how to convert the Ultra 2 down to shoot half lengths. I'm thinking that it might not be too difficult. It depends on how much smaller this ammo is, because Rival flywheels are already pretty high crush, And with 3D printed parts, you might be able to build like a sort of ramp between the conveyor belt and the flywheels in, say, a Perseus or a Prometheus even. But yeah, that's basically my overall thoughts, is that this line is cool. If you can take the blasters apart, even better. But Rival is so good, and it's still so good. It's kind of disappointing to see the mothership, as Drac calls it, moving on. And those are my thoughts on the new Nerf Hyper line. I'm interested to see what these new blasters will bring, but at the same time, I'm disappointed that Rival is getting phased out. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. It's a bit too cold right now to go out and record some more footage, but spring is coming soon. So, if you find that interesting, I will be back with more Nerf content once the weather gets better. Again, thanks for watching.